Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this time to welcome you to this evening's show. I most certainly encourage you to very freely and liberally express your enthusiasm and delight at the amazing and wonderful acts you will witness on our stage this evening. It is my duty to remind you of our policy, which strictly prohibits the use of absolutely all electronic gadgetry, inclusive of any and all technological devices created or manufactured after the year 1939. Without further formalities, the time has come to begin our show. It is my great pleasure to invite you to publicly welcome to the stage the one, the only, Professor Felix.
Hello. Welcome. My name, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're all here. My name is Felix. I know I was introduced as Professor Felix. That's how I'm most known, but in this room we are all friends, so this Felix will be fine. I am excited to share this experience with you. This has been a labor of love for a lot of people, and this is going to be a fantastic night. If you have never attended burlesque before, you're instructed here and now to let us know how you feel about things. Be nice and loud. You can be that guy tonight. Yes, absolutely. This effort has been put together in the strictest sense. We want to pay homage to where this art form comes from, going back all the way to even the 1860s. We have Folies Bergère, we have Ziegfeld Follies. In that effort, we've also elected to go completely with a live band. Please help me welcome this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Stephen Brooks Quartet, or Quintet. Oh, wait a minute. All right, they're called a quintet, but I count one more, it's all right. They're amazing. You're going to have a great time. I am certain for any of you who have never seen me before that on first impressions, I appear to be a snobby dandy with a stiff upper lip. But I assure you, cads and dames, even your grandma once had a naughty streak. And as much as you don't want to think about that, it's probably a good thing because you wouldn't exist if that weren't the case. I can also assure you that the feather in my hat comes from an exotic bird called a showgirl. Would you like to meet some showgirls? I'm sure you would. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Creme de Luxe. If I could go back to 16-year-old Felix and tell myself what I'd be doing at 45 years old. I've been working in burlesque for 10 years now, and it has been a blast. I'm pleased and kind of sobered to announce that tonight is my 2,500th burlesque show. I know, that's really something. It has been a blast and an education, and I call it work. This is what I do when you people have to work. I am enjoying this. You can find me very often at my home venue, which is Lanny's Clock Tower Cabaret. I've been down there 9 years. Fantastic place to catch burlesque, but that's not the only place, and you're going to be introduced to a number of performers who perform in other troupes all over Colorado, and for that matter, all over the country. I get to share with you some stars. They are all friends. In fact, I've been doing this so much that if I go home and I'm not covered in glitter, my wife asks me where the hell I've been. That's true. This did start in the 1860s. It's rooted in a number of places, but it was towards the latter part of the 1800s that burlesque caused a new tingly sensation in a lot of folks. And what I mean by that is that it really marks the time that the female form was hypersexualized. People were still naughty before then, don't get me wrong. But something happened there. Some magical thing happened. It evolved, of course, into vaudeville. Vaudeville was a lot of variety acts. Often they would include burlesque dancers just to spice things up, literally and figuratively. Vaudeville, it's speculated that even the word comes from France. In fact, there was a guy who remarked that he would call his shows only variety shows and not vaudeville because he didn't want anything Frenchified or sissy. Vaudeville, it's speculated that it comes from vaud de ville, which is voice of the city. And I think that's probably pretty accurate. I get to introduce you to a number of acts that each, they're craftspeople. I don't know if I can really explain how much work goes into what these fine performers do. And that comes everywhere from the creation of the costumes, the choreography. I get to work with these ladies during the creation of shows like this, and there is a lot of tears, a lot of anger. I feel in danger very often. Kind of stole the magic from what we do, but it's exciting, and I had to get into burlesque. You can probably tell by looking at me. I have an affection for eras that predate my own existence. But it just seemed like the right thing. Yeah, well, it turns out that we romanticize even those things, and it was kind of a miserable time to live. I'm excited that we get to bring all of this stuff back, and then there's been this resurgence in burlesque. And our next entertainer, you've seen her just briefly once already, one of the producers here. She is also the choreographer for that first number. She is an internationally trained and a dancer, but she's performed all over. Most notably, most recently, she high-kicked her way into the principal role at a little show called Jubilee in Las Vegas. That's no small feat. That's really something, and it's exciting for us to be able to share with you a real live showgirl from Las Vegas. This lady has legs a mile high. Please help me welcome to this very spot, Miss Gazella Galore. That was Gazella Galore she's amazing. In traditional burlesque, we have folks who help us who are called kittens. They're here to collect what my good pal, Mr. Naughty Pierre, calls burlesque droppings. They are Polka Dottie and Stella Stiletto and Lovely. They're an important part of this tradition. I mentioned that I am also a performer. I haven't really told you what I do, although what I do hasn't really been defined. I'm a mentalist. It's a little like being a magician, but a little more cerebral. I'll share some of that with you later. But the great part of my job, not only do I get to do this kind of work, I get to travel all over the country, and for that matter, the world. I enjoyed performing in Ireland. It turns out I have a charming accent there. I recently did a show in the exotic city of Cheyenne, Wyoming. And as you can imagine, in Cheyenne, I stick out just a little bit. And I stood outside the theater, and one of the locals approached me, and he asked me what I was doing, and I said, I'm doing a show. And he said, where are you from? And I said, Denver, just 90 miles south. And he said, nope, that's not it. All right, what are we after? And he said, the accent. Where's the accent from? And I said, oh, that's just diction. True story. His honest God, his response was, where the hell's diction? That's a true story. Would you like to hear my impression of the good folks of Cheyenne? Not the most sophisticated demographic in this country, that's my impression. It's a time release joke. For those of you who are from Cheyenne, I'm not sorry. We're searching for a piece of jewelry, I take it, yes? I did not collect it. They're doing their job, aren't they? That's good. We'll continue the search for the piece of jewelry, but in the meantime, I get to introduce you to another girl, yes? Good. Another friend of mine here in the burlesque world. She is also not just a dancer, but a producer. She's producing a show coming in June. I can tell you a bit more about that in a little bit, but I'd love to share her with you first, if that's all right. She comes from the world of pageantry. She competed for Miss Colorado, did very well. They discovered that she also had a taste for burlesque. They did not have a taste for her any longer. No, they gave her the option. They told her she could choose one or the other, and guess what she chose? That's right. She is a little bit naughty, a little bit nice. Please help me welcome Double D Honeybee. You realize we've only just started. By the way, if you don't mind, while she's still within earshot, let her know she made the right choice by being on these stages. That was Double D Honeybee. Double D Honeybee and did make the right choice. I talked about how burlesques began to sexualize the female form in a new way. I've tried to do my research about this kind of thing. It's really no joke. There were shows at the same time. If I said an exclamation like, what was it, Honey Lou, which I'd never heard of, I would be thrown off of the stage and never work in this industry again. Now I can say pretty much any fucking thing I want. That ain't bad, right? I mentioned also that I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been working as a performer for 35 years this year. I started, I started when I was 10 years old, and I sucked. But I stuck with it. In fact, I'm one of the few people on the planet whom you will ever meet who is doing precisely what he decided to do when he was 8. True story. True story. I get to introduce you to one of the first performers I ever met when I started working in burlesque. She's widely regarded as the mother of burlesque in Colorado. She also very literally wrote the book on burlesque. Yes, she did. She's been a mentor to me and an inspiration, and I have no doubt that you will absolutely enjoy my dear friend, Miss Vivian Verhoeven. Thank you for that. Vivian Boom is amazing. Thank you. I will share with you a little bit about what I do. It's odd. I feel like celebrating because, again, this is my 2500th burlesque show, so I believe it's time for a shot. However, I do things a little differently. I'm one of those entertainers who selects his lovely assistants from the audience, and generally that announcement causes people to avoid eye contact with me altogether. I understand, but that won't help you. I love the haircuts. It's awesome. This is why burlesque has been so good for me, really. It's like boot camp for a performer, you know? In fact, we haven't met before, have we? You're hugging him awfully tight. Hi, I'm Felix. Maggie, will you join me? You're helping. This is Maggie, everyone. Hi, Maggie. Maggie, please watch your step. It's a treacherous staircase. I think we complement each other quite well, Maggie. I'm glad you're here. I mentioned that it's time for a shot, but again, I make things interesting, and that is why I brought some things to share with Maggie. Before we go very far, I have this. This thing is increasingly important in recent years. It is only a magnifying glass. I know it's very, you call it steampunky, I guess. It's just a magnifying glass. I assure you, I do these demonstrations all the time, and it is often speculated that I'm using technology somehow to my advantage. I assure you that aside from my Britney Spears style microphone, I have no such technology. But Maggie is going to use this to verify for you all that I have no devices in my ears. Nothing in there, right, Maggie? I have two. Nothing in there, right? There's nothing in there, yeah? My wife would agree with you. I did say wife. I'm married to a woman, and I know that several of you just lost money. With me also, Maggie, I have this. This is a roll of gaff tape. This is the theater and music industry's version of duct tape. We use this stuff for everything. It's not for you, don't worry. We're going to tear a few of these off. She sounded disappointed when I said it wasn't for her. We're going to tear a few of these off. In fact, Maggie will verify for you all that it is the real thing. Have a look at that, make sure that's the real thing. And that's a mustache you can play with later. With me also, Maggie, I have a couple of coins. These are old Eisenhower dollar coins from the 1970s, and not that you are old enough to remember them, but have a look at these and make sure those are the real thing. Finally, I have this. This thing is funny to me. This is a stainless steel blindfold cut from the door of a DeLorean. I did have this made in Denver, and the man who made it has no idea what I do for a living, and I thought that was funny, so I never did. Maggie, as if you have ever seen one of these before, will you have a look at that and make sure that's the real thing? If you are so inspired, feel free to try it out. That's right, Maggie. And thusly why I picked Maggie. I have with me a flask that has a substance in it. They're not a sponsor, so I can't tell you who made what is in there. But I can tell you it's very Irish and it will take the paint off your car. We're going to pour a shot. However, to make things interesting, I also brought along this. This is a quart of 10W30 motor oil. It is the real thing. In fact, Maggie is going to crack this open and just, however reluctantly, she's going to have a whiff for you. I'm sure you can tell by the expression on her face that it is quite real, but will you crack that open? Thank you. All of this stuff is going to go where you believe it's going to go. I need a hand, Maggie. Don't mind this, by the way. I've only been drunk once. It hasn't been easy to keep that going for the last 20 years. Only once. The real thing, yes? Yeah, it is. All right. Maggie, I'm going to pour these so our audience can see. see. We'll let me hold on to that. Of course, I should have brought a funnel. I did bring a funnel, didn't I? There's one. And two. We have to continue to make things interesting. All of this stuff is going to go where you believe it's going to go, which requires me to remove my eyeglasses. I will tell you a couple of things. First, I dress like this all the time. So while I acknowledge that my eyeglasses are a bit costumey, I look like, Where's Waldo? But they're quite real, so when they come off, I'll be rendered about half blind. Generally, that's not good enough for them, which is why we have the rest of this stuff. The other thing that will happen when they come off is I will even more closely resemble Stephen Colbert. I have to acknowledge I know that. All right, Maggie, you're here to verify that I'm doing what I say I'm doing. That begins with me taking one of the coins and one of the pieces of tape. The coin goes on the piece of tape, and this goes where you believe it's going to go. Why anyone would do this to themselves for a living, I can't explain. That is a coin firmly taped into the eye socket. Yes, Megan? When the second one goes on, your work becomes a little more harder. Okay, there's number two. Thank you. Those are in there. Yes, Maggie? Don't. Remember, I can't see, darling. It got awfully warm in here. Mostly because Maggie's husband, who is larger than I am, is watching. Maggie, you're still with me, yes? I'm sure you're tempted to leave at this point. Please don't. All right, will you tell me where just gently tell me where the table is. Good. Excellent. All right, should have some more. This last piece was inspired by a show I did a couple years ago. A man approached me outside the theater and he swore that I could see through my nostrils. So this is for you, smartass. I'm sure this is going to change my voice. Maggie, you're still here, yes? Okay. I will have you hand me the blindfold, please. Thank you very much. And oh, you want to do it? In a moment, if I can put this back together, because Maggie has a fiddling issue. Where things are going to get interesting. You took the whole thing apart. What's wrong with you? So glad I picked you, Maggie. Now I really need a drink. In a moment, this goes where you believe it's going to go, of course. I will be, it's kind of overkill, I know, but I will be perfectly blind. And it is at that time, Maggie, nice and gently, what I would like for you to do is keep those glasses in a row going this way, but mix them up. Any order you like. When you're finished, let me know. You're finished, yes? Okay. We're going to give them numbers, and let's be really creative and go 1, 2, 3. I know. Everything else I'm doing is too risky. And you've met Maggie, right? So Maggie, what I'll have you do, you're still here, yeah? All right. What I'd like for you to do is take the top of my right hand, and I want you to hold it over each of the glasses about this distance. A lot of men would call that, this is about a foot to a lot of men. Let's go about this distance. And I'd like for you to hold my hand over each glass. Again, there is 1, 2, and 3. So let's go to glass number 1. And so straight down is a glass, yes? Okay. Let's go to 2. Straight down from here is a glass, yes? Okay. Number 3, please. Straight down from here is a glass. This is stupid. Maggie, let's go to number 2 again, please. Straight down is number 2, yes? And number 1. I'm going to do this very quickly. It doesn't It doesn't really, like, if I get it wrong, it doesn't help if you scream or tackle me. But it sounds really cool outside of this theater, and I want to sell a lot of tickets to the next Creme de Luxe. So go ahead. Show me, just hold it over number 1, please. Straight down is number 1. Yes, Maggie? That was whiskey. Good. Maggie, I can tell you, they wanted to see if I would get any of that right, but they mostly want to see what it looks like when I tear this shit off my face. Because they're sick. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying. This is the lovely Maggie. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you. Please watch your step as you go down. In fact, I'm going to help you just a little bit. Do you mind? Thank you, sir. Good man. Thank you. Well, that was going on. At least I got it right. I have performed that stunt more than 1,000 times now, and yes, I have managed to get it wrong. Tastes like acid gas for a week. How about another girl? Our next performer is the classic lass of burlesque. She's also one of the producers for Creme de Luxe. She came here all the way from Florida to be here tonight. Thank you very much, ladies. She's been a good friend, and for as long as I've been in burlesque, she's been a good friend. We've had a lot of adventures together in this crazy, crazy world. But thanks, gentlemen, for standing by for me to do that nonsense. Thank you. All right, thanks. Classic burlesque. She's a powder keg. You're gonna love this. That's right. Just keep doing that to help me bring to this spot Miss Gigi O'Lovely. Of course, one of the traditions in this burlesque world we live in, and probably, fortunately for us, there's still just a few who actually live in burlesque. I think if we all lived there, then there wouldn't be so much work for us, and you wouldn't be buying tickets to see us, would you? Thank you again for being here. It means a whole lot to us that you're here. We get to actually do the things that we are passionate about because of you, so that's really a sincere amount of gratitude that I hand you. Part of what we do here also, when we do shows like this, we have to make sure that we have a headliner. We do. If you looked at our little playbill, you've likely read her name. If you have been introduced to burlesque any time in the last 10 years, you've heard her name before. She is a close friend of mine, and I have enjoyed her company. I can tell you that she is a woman on whom even straight women have a crush. I could give you her whole resume, but she's been everywhere, and we would be here all night if I tried to tell you all the places that she's performed and all the places she's been. She is our porcelain princess. She is the doyenne of this rodeo. This, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. This is Miss Orchid May. We're having a good time, no? I want to get things started quickly, and I love this costume that you're about to see. She's a new friend. This is the first time we've shared a stage, which is fascinating because I've been in a lot of these shows. But I want to make sure that I give some of her stats accurately, which is why I'm pulling notes out here. She just won second place in Burley Picks. She is going to be a feature here on this stage at a show called Carnival de Sexual here in June. You can also catch her at the Colorado Burlesque Festival, which I may be at. And of course, she will also be at the Burley Q in this spot, and kind of around here. You're going to see a dancer whom I have become fond of in very quick order. Again, this is the first time we've shared a stage together, but I'm excited to watch, and I'm going to do it from back there. Please welcome Bang Bang Von Lula. Thank you. You're an amazing audience, and I want to give you a little bit of a secret that I'm probably not supposed to say, but Bang Bang Bandula just walked backstage. I just passed her, and she said, "Fuck yeah." That's because of you. It is. Thank you. Thank you a lot. Let's keep things rolling, yeah? Good. You've met her before. You've seen her on this stage before. Again, I am lucky to call her a friend, and a friend for a decade. Welcome back, please, here, Gigi O'Lovely. Gigi O'Lovely. Again, I get to call this work. Sorry. Going back to me. Let's talk about me. I don't know. Why not? Try and experiment a little bit. You know, first I want to address this. I talked about how burlesque has evolved over the years, and right around the late 1800s, things really changed. And one of the ways those things changed was very important. And this will offend some of you, but I want it to, because you will be blown away by the idea that audiences all of a sudden got excited about burlesque because these very, very attractive women they were parading around half nude, they started introducing women who had talents, and audiences were blown away that they could dance or they could sing, and all of these women with whom I have the privilege to work can do these things. It's amazing. I was born here in Colorado. I think I told you how many years ago? A little while ago. Thanks for remembering. My 45th birthday is next week, but thanks for remembering. Hey, shucks, whatever. Still alive, and I work in this industry. Having been born here in Colorado, it was before gambling was lawful and taxable in Colorado. It wasn't until the early 80s that they made gambling lawful and taxable here in this state. And that is why I'm kind of inspired to go back in time for myself, because when I started as a cards magician. I'm going to try to make this play big for you. We have never met, have we? Hi, I'm Felix. We've met? Oh, well, fuck off. Hi, have we met? No, we haven't met. What's your name?
Delaney.
This is Delaney. Very Irish. That's an Irish. I'm going to do a card trick, but I'd like for you to just stand here. You don't have to climb on stage. Is that okay? Delaney, stand. I brought a pack of cards. My first love. So when they made gambling lawful here in Colorado, I was the first person blacklisted in Central City, that's a weird true story. I was. It's documented. It's on my resume. But this is why. I was a card guy to begin with, and you are here, Delaney, to verify for everybody that I am doing what I say I'm doing, because this is kind of a tiny piece of equipment. We're going to give these a good mix. If I mix them in this fashion, it should render them about every other card, and if I have done that properly, Delaney, I can display them for you fairly well mixed. Yes? You're welcome. Good night. We'll do it a second time. Here's number 2. As I do this the second time, I'm reminded I recently did a show at which there was a particularly nerdy audience member in attendance who made the observation that if I do that an even number of times, I might be able to restore the order. So here's number 3 for that asshole. I get it. I don't know. Everybody's skeptical. I'm going to have Delaney select a card. We're going to keep it super simple. Actually, let's do it again. It sounds cool. I'm just going to keep it close to the mic. That way they can really... All right, let's do it this way. So that everybody can see Delaney, I'm going to ripple through the corner like this, nice and slow. I want you to tell me when to stop, any way you like. Awfully quick to say stop. I understand it's our first date. We could keep going if you like. A gentleman always asks. We could go backwards because you never had that opportunity on a first date. You want to stay? All right, she's going to stay. I have seen this card, so we'd use the next one down. That's okay? All right, have a look at your card. I'm going to Mary, share it with the folks behind you if you like, but I don't want to see it. Tradition dictates that I allow Delaney to return that to the pack any way she likes. Like a pro. Well done. Thanks. Sit. That was fun, wasn't it? Let's do another. We select a card also. Yeah? Do we know each other? I can't see. We don't know each other. Perfect. Here's what I'd like for you to do. Same thing. As I riffle through the corner like this, I want you to tell me when to stop. Any way you like. There. You let me go farther than Delaney. This date is going much better. We could keep going if you like. Not going to change your mind, are you? Again, because I've seen this card, we'd use the next one down. That's okay? Have a look at your card. And I don't know if you saw Delaney's card, but I'm going to step this way so you can flash it that way. Is that by chance the same card? Shit, that'd be cool. Okay. Someday that's going to work, and I'm just going to take credit for it. All right. Same thing. Anywhere you like, you can restore it, return it. Yes? Okay. That was fun. Will you kindly, I know you're getting back into your secret vodka bottle, but will you I've worked in clubs a long time. Will you stand with me? Yeah? Only because I want to be able to see you better. What is your name? Kaylee? Katie. Katie. Oh, I'm happy to meet you. All right, this is Katie. Katie. You selected a card. You remembered it. You still have it in your head. All right. So much easier if they don't remember. I want you to think about the card. Don't say anything. But in this package of cards, there are 52. Half of those are black, half of those are red. So we're going to separate 52 in half immediately by asking Katie if don't say anything. Your card could be a black card, it could be a red card. It could be black or red. I could put black on this side if you prefer, or it could be a red card. I think it's a black card. I think I'm down to 26. Keep looking at me, thank you. You have a good poker face. You have a good poker face. I want to separate it in half again. The black cards are represented by two different suits. We have clubs and spades, so I could put clubs on this side, the spades over here. I can reverse them and put clubs, spades. Ooh, you're getting better at this game. Clubs, spades. See, I switched it on you. I think it's a club card. I think we're down to 13 cards. 13 cards mean we have ace through king. And I like to draw it this way because we don't have a one card. So I put the ace at the bottom, 2, 3, 4. Or we could go king, queen, jack, 10, 9. Let me say it again. We'll just go with 3 first. You're okay. Katie, you're okay. We'll go with only 3 cards. Only 3 cards. King, queen, jack. It's none of those. I'm getting rid of those. I'm going to start back at the bottom. We're going to go with the ace. So we have the ace of clubs down here. And this is a weird gesture for me to be making. You've been giggling all night, and she didn't giggle when I did this. Yeah, we're getting to know Katie, aren't we? All right, Katie, hang in there. Hang in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 3 of clubs, yes? Yes? That's 1. That's 1. Thank you. You may sit. Thank you so much, Katie. That is why I'm not allowed in the casinos. I had just selected a card. Do you remember the card? Damn it. Okay. Will you join me? Just briefly here. It was a fair selection. You watched me mix them up. In fact, a lot of these folks got to see me do that very closely. I did that several times so that they were fairly mixed. I allowed you to stop me anywhere you wanted to stop me. I gave you the opportunity to go farther or backwards. Would you be impressed if I were able to name your card? That's not really the enthusiasm we're after. Oh, goody, sarcasm. I'll take another whiskey whenever, you boys, all right. All right, we'll kick it up a notch. Would it be more impressive if, Delaney, I made a prediction about which card you would select? And I had that written on the back of my card here. Better? Yeah? Okay, I haven't. I'm just trying to determine where I am with you. It's just a card, by the way. It's not a room key. We'll talk. Delaney. I did want to impress you. I really did. And in my sincere desire to impress her and the rest of you for that matter, I elected to make 2 predictions. The first of those was an attempt to predict where she would stop me and thereby at which card. It was complicated enough because I mixed them up and I gave her the option to stop me. Beyond that, I also predicted that it would likely take quite a bit to impress her tonight, and I'm encouraged to know I was right about that one. In my brain, I'm halfway to home. But in my sincere desire to impress you, Delaney, I elected to write my prediction across your right forearm. That'd be cool, though, wouldn't it? That'd be amazing, right? Please, at some point after the show, please ask her about her new tattoo. Tell everybody what it says.
Tenards.
Thanks to Delaney, that's your card, yes? She's pissed off that I impressed her, which is weird. It's the worst part of my job is that when I impress people, they're fucking mad at me. I still have a good time. You fellas are having a good time, yes? Excellent. Should we bring out another girl? You're darn right we should. You are darn right we should. Our next entertainer, you have not yet met her tonight. She has an extensive resume. I've known her for a number of years. She is amazing and gorgeous. She is referred to as Denver's blonde bombshell. Sure to pop your cork. She was also by a certain men's-oriented magazine called A Hometown Hottie and was featured in a couple of very exciting photographs. She nailed it. She killed it. In this very spot. Champagne Sugar Nova. I often get asked about this jacket. And this jacket is mildly awkward for me. I think I disclosed to you earlier that I'm a straight guy, but this is designed for a woman, so the button is on the other side. But it was designed for a very famous drag queen who became one of my good friends. Her name is Holly Woodlawn. She was made famous by Andy Warhol in the 60s and 70s in the Lou Reed song "Walk on the Wild Side." She's the first character introduced. I had to wear it tonight because she died recently, and she was a good buddy. But this jacket is fucking amazing, so I had to wear it. And it was a gift from her. So that's where it comes from. People ask me all the time. I figure someday I have to tell the story. But this is Holly's jacket. I studied Andy Warhol for many years, and Holly would always say, "Felix, why are you so interested in Andy? He was so boring." Whatever. However, this was his favorite jacket of hers, so that's why she gave it to me. And, thanks, Holly. Not to bring this down, but I get asked about this thing so much. I'll get emails tomorrow if nobody knows where I got it. I want to keep things going, and I get to introduce you again to one of the producers of the show. I'm in love with her. She's fantastic. She is really an incredible person, but dancer and very skilled and a craftsperson. You know, she's created a lot of these costumes, and it's really a privilege and an honor to work with her. She is the showgirl. She is Gazella Galore. had an opportunity to see Jubilee before it closed, and it's a damn shame it closed. Really a damn shame. Jubilee was a legendary show for an obvious reason. And Gazella was front and center for that one, so congratulations to her. This night has been a really warm experience, and thank you so much for being so involved with what we're doing here. That's part of burlesque. That's really kind of the essential element of burlesque. These fellas, this is, I think it's your first foray into burlesque, yeah? Kind of, yeah? I don't think they are used to the heckles and the interruptions with this, you know, and I don't think they're used to it, but they have killed it tonight, and I'm very appreciative for all of them. In fact, for that matter, whatever you like about the show, and hell, I invite you, if you don't like something about the show, put it on the internet. You know, we have a website. We're on the Facebook. You know, you can find us. You can find me. You can say, Felix sucked, but those bras were hot. I don't care. Just spell my name right, will you? In fact, that brings me to a memory. I paid for something just last week with a credit card. My name is Felix, but it's spelled funny. You probably saw it on the playbill. The lady behind the counter took my card and she said, how do you pronounce that? And I said, it's just Felix. I know it's spelled funny. And she said, wow, you don't see it spelled like that every day, do you? Yeah, every fucking day. Thanks. All right. I really... I wish I could see you. I can't say you too without being able to see you. We'll have a look at the end of the show. You know where to find me. As you can tell by my vamping, we've reached the end. They want me to take it off. Trust me, you don't. I look a bit like a spring roll underneath the tuxedo. You can see what I had for lunch. I use Irish sunblock. Do you know what that is? It's the roof of a pub. We're close, but I want to share a treat with you. We'll talk later. I want to share one more treat with you, and it's an honor and a privilege to be able to share her with you. She is a very close friend, and I love her very much. Our headliner, Miss Orchid May. It's been an amazing pleasure and privilege to do this for you. All of these performers deserve for you to remember their names along we have one of these, and I'm going to announce them in the order that they appeared almost. There's going to be one clarification. But I first want to acknowledge that these guys learned all of this music. The entertainers you saw dance here asked them to learn all of these songs. Kevin wrote them all down. They've worked very hard. So I want to acknowledge the Stephen Brooks.
Kevin's the real
Quintet
MVP.
Plus one. Thank you, sir. Thank you. They work very hard. The other people who work very hard, I'm going to bring back to the stage one at a time. First, I want you to remember and welcome Miss Double D Honeybee. The legend, Vivian Babu. All the way back from Florida, Gigi O'Lovely. One of our producers for tonight. A dear friend. I want to bring back Bang Bang Von Lula, of course. That costume was amazing. I love that costume. The costume was very flapper, wasn't it? It was good. Of course, we also have one of our hometown hotties, Champagne Sugar Nova. Of course, I have to bring back one of the other producers, Gazella Galore. Speaking of producers from the band, our drummer, Mr. Stephen Brooks, is one of the producers of tonight's show. We had a couple of kittens tonight. They were lovely. Miss Polka Dottie and Stella Stiletto. Thank you, ladies. You are fantastic. We also had Princess Provocateur working backstage for us all night long. All night long. She got me whiskey tonight. I love her. One of my friends for about 20 years now, I think, is Garrett, and he is on Sound and Lights tonight. Thanks, Garrett. The Oriental Theater is also to thank, but I get to bring back our headliner. And I feel like I have to duck for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Orchid May. It has been a privilege and a pleasure and really exciting. Thank you all so much for supporting us. Thank you. Come see us again, will you? Thank you.